Welcome Raptors, this is Paul Mills here for the Raptoreum AMA on the 25th of June 2023. Hope you all had a nice weekend. About 15 minutes and we'll get started with the RTM AMA. We've had many questions coming from the community at the anonymous form. If you wish to send in any more, then by all means go ahead. The form is pinned in the stream party chat and our Discord. If you do want to get to our Discord, the link is at the top right of this stream right now. That is discord.gg/Raptoreum. How you doing, RQ? How you doing, Ralphie? How you doing, Scherm? Shimps Lady? We've got Pepe, Alucard, H&S. That's right, Pepe Thune. Don't forget guys to like and subscribe this video and our YouTube channel to get up to date with any live streams that we're doing. We're doing a lot of shorts lately. Big thanks to H&S for sorting those out. Lots of new videos coming along as well. We never stop. Good evening, Azorian. We've got Charles. We've got Sub-Zero. Don't forget guys to make sure to follow us at Twitter and Instagram. Both are at Raptoreum. Oh come on Pepe, 18 minutes past midnight? It's 18 minutes past 11 here. It's not that much different. Hey, we got Jay Santos 77. Big shout out to our Arabic team. If you're watching, how you doing guys? Yeah, we will do another meme contest soon. What's up, X-Ray? What's up, Jay? How you doing, man? Hey, Jay, I'll sort the maths out shortly. Bit busy, like, you know. About another 10 minutes now, guys, and we'll get started with the AMA. We do these AMAs the last Sunday of every single month. We cut out the Smith stream for the AMAs. Smith, if you're watching, I hope you've got a bit of salt going on. Thames salt. Don't forget, guys, we will have the Smith stream back next week. Just want to say a big thanks to Infraction Audio and also White Bat Audio. Thanks, Jeff. Don't forget, guys, we usually do a little bit of rain in the stream party chat. So if you like mainnet RTM coins, then head over to there. What's up, Pinjazang? We've got Thrift Store Hacker in the chat. Shield team assemble. Just 5 minutes now, guys. Thanks for waiting around. Yo. How you doing, C Up? We've got Simo. It's busy tonight. Just about another minute now, guys. Welcome, guys. Thank you for joining us for this AMA on the 25th of June 2023. Scherm, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Awesome. Where's Piggy?
Piggy's eating some lamb. He'll be here shortly.
Very important tasks, you know. Got to heat some lamb during a very important AMA. You know, it's something you just got to do.
It's got to power up.
Yeah. So I think I'm just going to.
Dirty's going to be here soon too.
Oh, is Dirty coming as well?
Yeah, Dirty's coming. He said.
All right. Okay. So is he going to give us a bit of a lowdown on the blockchain space at the moment?
Well, let's hope so.
Yeah, he's probably going to be doing something on his floor, or he's going to be in the shower or something like that. Dirty likes to do things like that. So how are you, Scherm? You all right?
Doing well yourself?
Yeah, very good, thanks. Just had a nice chilled weekend and had some nice weather, so got a bit nice. Of a tan. Oh, here's Piggy. How's the lamb, Piggy?
It's bloody awesome, man.
Yeah.
Like, that shank had marinated overnight in juice from freshly squeezed local oranges and tangerines, and then slow cooked in it in the oven for about 4 hours with a ton of garlic and some chili thrown in. So it reduced, became really creamy all around it, hot and creamy, hot and spicy at the same time. Fucking gorgeous, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So I've had motivation for getting up and participating on this way too early morning.
So we're going to have a good AMA then, yeah? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. I may even have found a soundtrack for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's not Baguette snoring by any chance, is it?
No. This is 100 times worse than that.
Worse.
Well, you're looking for it now? Or shall I just get started?
No. I've got it here.
All right, okay. As usual, if you answer a question and you've finished, let's just say done, and then we'll go to the next question. Is Charlie coming on?
I do believe so.
Okay. All right. So
I have no idea how to play this during the stream, but I do believe that we deserve about a minute of this just to get the mood right for the stream.
If you drag it into Discord and then press play, it might come through. Or if you send it to me, I might be able to do it.
Is that coming through?
No.
No.
Okay. In that case, it's in this chat. Try and grab it.
All right. Okay. Give me a sec. Is there any copyright on the Coconut song?
None that I'm particularly aware of.
So we're not going to get the stream shut down because we played the Coconut song?
I very much doubt it.
Jeff Lau, if you are listening, your Coconut song is absolutely fantastic. And we are requesting now that we are allowed to play your Coconut song on this AMA. And we're going to play it now anyway. If you've got any doubts about the Coconut song, feel free to message Charlie at raptoreum.com with your doubts in full about the Coconut song that's about to be played. So, yeah. There we go, it's being played.
Oh, brilliant.
How long shall I play of this?
Let's get the refrain in once, and then we're good to go, I think.
Okay.
The coconut nut is a giant nut. If you eat too much, you get very fat. Now, the coconut nut is a big, big nut, but this delicious nut is not a nut.
All right, that'll do, guys. This delicious nut is not a nut.
Yeah.
So we'll get started with the Raptoreum AMA. We've had many questions come from you, the community, fully anonymous. So we'll get started with the first question, which is, if the Raptoreum team were stranded on a desert island, who would be the most likely to build a blockchain out of coconuts? It's quite Is that why we're playing the coconut song?
We're starting with coconuts. We need to set the mood. We need to set the correct level of seriousness and reverence for the whole thing.
All right. Do you want to answer, or shall I?
I do believe that it's better if you answer.
All right.
Otherwise, I'd be blowing my own trumpet. Normally, I have people to do that for me.
Well, as far as I understand, Piggy is the only one living in the tropics. So he would be the coconut kingpin, and he would wear a golden coconut necklace and make the coconut chain happen. I can shave the coconuts to make them look pretty and convince the locals to buy them, while showing them that they can also drink the coconut code from the shells and then spit it back into empty shells to make more coconut code juice. He can twist and time lock the coconuts so that they only fit through a certain gap at a certain time, while locals need to tap dance in a certain way to receive them. Charlie, well, he can build the coconut building where everyone hangs them up safely and can see how many they have while shooting images of coconut chain enemies who are trying to copy the coconut chain that Piggy right here has worked so hard to create. Jamie, our resident rocket scientist, can make a coconut rocket and send them to the next island, further expanding the coconut chain outreach. Nando can make the coconuts behave when it's windy. He can also build fences there to stop the rogue coca monkeys from stealing them. And we've got Ronin. He can make sure that the locals ask for the coconuts in a language that, we all understand. We've got Zlata. Zlata can chop up pieces of the coconuts and individually paint them for the local tribes to wear as cocoa cloud. And Baguette, he can make coconut chain swimsuits and invite all the French male coconut chain users to bathe with him. And Scherm's like the gel that binds everything together and helps everybody communicate about the coconuts. So I hope that answers your question.
I just want to know why it's always involving male nudity with Baguette.
Well, you were telling me about
You were
telling me about that call you had with him yesterday or the day before, and he was
crypto pool parties, things,
All right, that's it for coconuts. Next question.
I'll do the next one. What new functionalities will the wallet have with the first assets code on the testnet? Generally, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be adding create an asset with a unique name and a fixed supply, sending an asset to another wallet or user. Also, with adjustable amounts of assets, tagging of asset transactions, so we can use them for all kinds of things. Some of the UTXO DeFi that we're building over on NAUP comes to mind as well. Transferring of assets to pool areas, specialized wallets. Well, exchange wallets or NFT wallets or, all kinds of stuff. There's a lot of stuff on the way. First ones are going to be the platform ones. There are very few proof of work coins doing this, and none that we are aware of with 51% attack protection in combination with assets and contracts. There are several proof of work chains that do contracts, and then they use the contracts for the assets. This is a very different thing from that, as we're keeping basically assets on sort of the main layer of the chain. It's not quite going to be the main layer once we have transactions decoupled onto side chains and that kind of stuff. But essentially, they're going to be on the main chain itself, not in some nebulous code floating around attached to the chain. So what's also going to happen is, with the implementation, we have a fee return structure instead of burn or gas that quite a few other chains are using. Node ROI is going to get a considerable boost once assets start being issued and transferred around. A large part of these fees will be going to the node owners to encourage them to participate actively and not just, I have passive income, I will go to sleep. Which tends to happen with some people. Luckily, we don't have too many of those. Next. Yeah, we can receive assets in our wallets, which is kind of a given since we can send them and create them. Futures combined with assets, so we can time lock to block or timestamp for things like subscriptions or stuff over on Naup, or for example, if you're subscribing to a service using RTM, they can send out tokens saying, hey, it's time to renew ahead of time, so you get a reminder in your wallet before you actually need to renew things. Good.
Are you done?
Yep. We've got another question here, though.
I don't know what language
¿Cuándo
that is.
los activos estén trabajando en la mainnet? ¿De qué forma van a promocionario? ¿Por qué a las empresas les debería interesa? Muchas gracias, Dario.
What does that say?
It's basically, when will we have assets on the mainnet, and are we going to do any kind of promotion for it? And I'm not quite sure what las empresas les debería interesa is. I think it's something like to increase user interest or something like that.
All right.
Is that about right, Edwin?
I can't see the question, so I'm not sure.
Ah.
Didn't you just listen to Piggy?
Yeah, but I'm a little dumb.
Okay.
Okay.
Oops. Do you want me to answer that, or are you going to answer it?
I just broke something. No, but let's just have Dirty check that we're actually answering the right thing.
Okay.
That's the question, Dirty. It's in the chat, unless you're mobile. Does that look more or less like what I just described?
Basically, why should news outlets be, or like people be interested in RTM? And when are the when are people gonna be working on mainnet or something?
Activos would be assets, right?
Probably. Yeah. When are assets on mainnet? And are you gonna be like promoting it?
Yeah.
All right.
and why should users be interested?
Okay.
Not really users, but I guess news
Why should it
outlets.
be interesting? Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
All
Las
right.
empresas is news outlets?
I think. Question mark. I don't know.
It's a shame that Alejandro's not here. All right. Piggy's.
Companies.
Piggy, are you going to answer that, or shall I, or what?
No. Your turn, mate.
All right. Okay. We've said many times on many streams it's going to be possibly near to the end of the year with a full range of features. It might be sooner, but it all depends on the performance of the testnet and how that is received, along with the possible issues. I think it's important that we mention once again that our assets are very unique and unlike anything that is out there in the blockchain space right now, being that RTM assets run on their own independent side chains which notarize the main chain. This drastically improves the speed and the scalability of the assets on the Raptoreum network, and it's also extremely important to us that we structure them in a way where the interaction with our upcoming Apache Spark multi-language contract layer is a good fit for the world stage in which we are intent on building upon. I'm done, Piggy.
You're done? Oh, goodness.
Was that a good answer?
I do believe so.
Okay.
When will assets arrive? Can you give a date? We just answered that. That was an easy one. I'll take another one. Why not make your website more professional? The current one is not very eye-catching. We have another website which is on its way, but the developer is currently working with an output team for some of the web-based assets over there. We gave it a refresh. We may or may not give it a refresh between then and now. We've explained several times why an output is going to be very important for helping basically getting RTM growth back on track. But I mean, I can do so again if anybody wants to add more questions on the list. The site we have now is considerably better than our last one in many ways and has a lot more information on it. Yes, it can be improved, but so can anything. No, God, no, I'm not saying that, Paul. That's just
Why not? That's what we say in England.
oh, bloody hell, mate. Marmite, no.
Yeah, you either love it or you hate it.
Can't go scaring users with stuff like that. That's almost as bad as Aussies and Vegemite.
Marmite's good shit, mate. Good shit.
Nasty yeast extract. But anyway, when it was released, we had a lot of positive comments on its improvements over the last one. And we've previously talked about the new one in development on earlier streams, etc. I think we've even shown a teaser from it.
No, we haven't.
I think we have.
No, maybe to the team. We haven't showed it to the public.
Oh, okay. Okay, but it's going to take a while because it's being done from the ground up in WebGPL, and it's not exactly what you'd expect from a normal site. It's quite a bit different. But yeah. Okay, your turn, mate.
My turn. All right. Next question is, what happened to the funds that were raised? They promised more exchanges that never came. Okay, so February to early April 22, I think it was. We raised funds to list on Bitmart and Indodax. The target was 14 million RTM at early February pricing, that was. The goal wasn't reached. We actually only managed to get 11 million, which was roughly 70%. I think it was about 72 actually, being from the team. Then we had the Ukraine war eroded the value of this rather drastically. So paying the already contracted BSC bridge developer, as well as providing the liquidity to make that happen on Pancake, ate through almost half of that, which would be pulled. You can actually check that out. It's all still there on the BSC side of things if you want to go and see where all that liquidity is right now. 3 nodes were also set up with the remainder to use for a future listing with addresses published. Backbone seed nodes were also set up with the remaining loose unnoded RTM. We were unable to pursue the planned cooperation with Indodax as an alternative to Bitmart due to the Indonesian government legal requirements. And once October had rolled round, the worst of the war shock had subsided and the exchanges became approachable again. The team were made an offer by the new but pretty solid Hong Kong and Singapore based exchange. So we liquidated the remainder of the pooled funds and added an additional contribution of several more million of RTM from the team, as the OTC was slow. So we initially only paid a deposit on the listing, and then in November we paid the listing in full after receiving a lot of assurances that the exchange we were working with was free from the exposure of all the crap that happened with the FTX. This was a complete load of rubbish that it turned out to be, and it ended up going down with on the back end of the FTX stuff. We have initiated legal action with Hong Kong police, and as Piggy mentioned in previous streams, I think it was on the last AMA actually, arrests have already been made. So once one of the initial hearings separates fraudulently acquired funds from the general bankruptcy, we will be sharing full details of the exchange and its practices. It's a bit of a shame really, because the exchange was doing so well up until that point, and it was like in the top 25, wasn't it, Piggy? It was doing brilliant.
It was,
and so many.
it was up touching on the bottom of the top 10, and
yeah. So
they had marketing campaigns running on Brave. They had everything going really.
Falcon is saying, cannot the questioner be referred to the last month's AMA? The question is a repeat. It is a repeat, Falcon, but some people are new to this AMA. They haven't seen us before. We've pushed this AMA in some new places, so we might as well just answer all the questions that are repeats just again. There are some more basic questions that we will push onto some of the previous videos, but generally we're just going to answer them all so people can have it fresh in their minds.
Yeah, I mean, it's important that we're transparent about all this.
Yeah, absolutely.
But probably if we do get repeats on this a month from now, I'm going to say go and see the last 2.
Yeah.
Because can't be bothered.
The price in February was 22K for the 11 million and 28K for the full 14 million.
Yep.
Just about.
No, it was considerably more. We're talking February 22.
Oh.
Yeah. February 22. It was.
We were talking. It went from close to 100K in value and down to something like the numbers you mentioned because of the Ukraine war.
Yeah. So in December, the team from its own pockets tried to fix the situation and to do with the last exchange that we've just talked about. We added P2B, including market making funds, in the entire belief that they had separated from their original criminal Italian-Lithuanian management that they were under before, that they've been working with since, like, I don't know, 2015 or something. They had a bit of a reputation, so we were reassured that all of that had changed. This turned out not to be the case. We'd had a month and a bit of decent volume, Piggy, you could say.
Yeah, but it wasn't decent because everyone was completely aware that it was basically the bots playing with themselves, and they put up all kinds of bullshit notices about there were problems with the RTM network that meant that they couldn't have withdrawals and deposits open, and they did so multiple times. I've requested that CMC and CoinGecko delist them as an exchange completely.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty hard for them to do given their policies, and that P2B, I've checked up on how many incorporations they've actually had over the last couple of years. And boom, we're a new business unit.
Yeah.
Put a new face on it, but it's actually just the team rotating through the team.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay. The next question, Piggy, you can answer this. When will smart contracts arrive, and will they be on testnet next year?
Yes, we should definitely have testnet next year. The big hump to get past is what we're getting past this year with assets and the sidechain formation or transaction decoupling. Contracts, we're going to put some very heavy limits on them to start with, and then we're going to gradually increase those limits. So basically, to start with, yeah, they will definitely be on there at some point next year. The big thing about this is you'll be able to write them in Java, Python, and quite a few other contract programming languages, which means there are literally millions of developers who can write smart contracts for RTM, as opposed to platforms that use stuff like Solidity or Haskell. I mean, you can achieve greater precision with Haskell and do incredibly accurate, optimized contracts with it. But you've only got a few hundred really good developers available globally. And that changes the equation. Ethereum, you've got a Solidity, basically, even including the Hyperledger team, who are a lot more professional than the dipshits over at Consensus. And yes, I just called them that.
Say what you want.
No, they're not the same. They're very much not the same. The Hyperledger crew are a lot more professional and professionally driven. Even including them, don't have a developer pool of more than, at most, 10 to 15,000, which is shockingly little, really.
Okay.
And the protocol isn't really mature, but yeah, we can talk about that another day.
All right, next question is why not improve the papers? They can be improved aesthetically, and more information can be added, it is not very attractive to investors. We've recently improved all the papers aesthetically. As before, they were just like white pieces of paper and nothing else. But, you know, as they are right now, anything can be improved, as always. And if there are any standout suggestions from the community, then all your contributions will be very welcomed. And if you do want to contribute, please send your suggestions to charlie@raptoreum.com. And yeah, we'll get them changed and made up, and yeah, we'll do that. I'll do the next one as well, Piggy, if you want.
Yeah, sure.
The next one is supposedly users are abandoning centralized social media sites like Reddit, Meta, Twitter, etc. because of monetization, censorship, toxicity, etc. Should RTM get its presence on decentralized platforms like Fediverse, Mastodon, etc.? In my opinion, being a marketing guy, Twitter and Reddit are still very notable blockchain sociable platforms with fairly little sanitization. This is why we use them a lot. Facebook, on the other hand, not so much, since they wanted to issue their own cryptocurrency, which then got challenged by the SEC and then they backpedaled. Their stance on all of that is like, well, if we're not allowed, then nobody is. So they have drastically hampered the outreach of all the crypto exposure on their platform ever since. Before all of that, it was very much okay. And obviously also Facebook owns Instagram, which has also recently taken a sanitized hit to its users interested in discovering cryptocurrency projects. Fediverse, Mastodon, and many of the other platforms who claim to be decentralized are actually not decentralized in the slightest. Although that Nostra may be probably one of the only ones that is that right, Piggy?
Yeah.
The thing is, one of the main issues with these spin-off platforms that claim to be decentralized is the overall exposure. People want things seen that they post on the internet in a social media format, and still today many of these new platforms haven't got the footfall to consider them as a viable place or a viable communicative channels to post anything to get a greater message across to the people. They are literally niches of niches. So that's my stance on it. You got anything to say on that, Piggy?
No, not really. It's just that they really aren't as decentralized as they market themselves as. Nostra is, but that's the only one of them.
Yep.
Why was Dash named in SEC filings, and how does that affect Raptoreum? Dash have voting on budget proposals, and the argument from the SEC is because they have voting on budget proposals where the core group actually control enough of the nodes to control the vote. They have what you call common cause from the Howey test, which we're not going to get into too much. But essentially, it's because they have budget voting. We don't have it, so it has nothing to do with us. And I mean, the SEC have been random as all get out. They've been directly dishonest in the case we can see with Binance, where Binance have filed counterclaims asking for them to commit to ethical conduct, particularly to commit to ethical conduct in court. I fully expect them to come out and declare Ethereum a security in order to fuel the rally of EFTs and other offerings from BlackRock, Fidelity, and the latest one that's already been approved, as well as a couple of others coming from high-profile banks that are in the works, because they would essentially just take control of the market. And then the SEC feels that it's being controlled by entities they know and trust. And the easiest way to pour rocket fuel on that is to declare Ethereum and a few other currency securities. That money will then flee into Bitcoin, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash is notably sidestepping these. Roger Vernon is, a lot of people call him a lot of things. I've called him bejeebers quite a few times. But there's one thing he definitely isn't, and that's stupid. He's got legal tender deals in place for Bitcoin Cash in several Caribbean island nations, and the SEC has zero legal power to regulate the holding of cash or currency. None.
I like him, mate. He's a nice guy. I like him. I've met him a few times.
Yeah. Oh, and I dislike him because of his involvement with Trade Hill early on. They were a bunch of scammy fucks and refused to basically honor their own claims, and yeah. Unpleasant bullshit to have to deal with.
Yeah. Are you done?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
I can rant for hours about this if you let me.
Okay. Has the development work for moving assets onto side chains already started? And how long would this feature take to implement? Piggy, you can answer that one.
It has. We've got it architected, but it's not in public yet. I expect it to take less time than expected, provided testing goes provided things go close to as planned. But yeah.
Okay. Is there a chance that development work gets hampered if the market stays bad or gets worse? Do you want to answer that, or shall I?
Oh, yeah, I'll do that.
All right.
Not really. Another round of lockdown bullshit could mess with it as it affects families and disrupts when people can do what from home because they've got a lot of kids around them all the time. We've never really been that affected by market development. It's one of the reasons why we've just kept going. I mean, we started in the middle of 2018, which wasn't exactly a bull market. It wasn't exactly a bad market either, but we kept on going. 2020 was painful because of all the lockdown nonsense and the COVIDiots being allowed to run things. But we've kept on going through it. Lockdown, could mess with it, but market, no, not really.
I think the main thing really is we've been doing this in various forms for many years, and we've seen many cycles come and go. So we're never really fazed by anything like that, and we're not really that emotional about it all. And also, as we said on Twitter the other day, raptors never fly backwards.
Unless there's a really juicy steak.
Well, there's only hummingbirds that can fly backwards, I think. Raptors just fly forwards.
Make the incentive big enough and we'll make it happen.
Next question is, what is the RTM team doing to stay relevant in the cryptocurrency space while development continues to take place so that RTM doesn't become forgotten? I suppose I'll answer that one. Well, Piggy here, I don't know whether you've seen recently, but he's continually speaking across the crypto space in areas that matter significantly. Furthermore, we have so many code forks that you can see on our GitHub that whoever asked the questions concerned is pretty much a non-entity. Our code is extremely popular and many projects are keen to see how we're building as we are setting examples in the code we're building. We've got so many projects happening on the sidelines that we are helping out, that are in the shadows to complement the RTM chain and the project. That we believe we're in a good place. I think we're poised to explode at some point for all the hard work that we're doing. But not only that, we have continuously networked and shown our worth to many key areas in the space. We've continued to expand our social outreach as well. We've been pushing a lot on YouTube, with big thanks to H&S with the shorts and things like that. We're really getting that rolling strong. We're putting out many more times more content than most of the top chains do on social media. Like I said in the last stream, you can't forget about all the other languages we push out into as well. That's I mean, not just talking about English, we're talking about Spanish, you know, Czech, German, loads of languages, Persian, Arabic, and
Bahasa.
Bahasa. And we're also building use cases along with valuable tools so that the majority of the world's developers will stop and they'll think and choose our chain out of different chains to build both business and personal infrastructure on, because we're trying to make things easier for people to do that. And also, I mean, the main question is like, what are you doing in this regard to help build? You know, this is a community project, and we're all here pushing and building, and that's what matters. You know, we're building the tools to make it happen, and we're hoping that people will plant the seeds.
Yeah.
Next question.
Yeah, I'll take that one. I heard that Bitcoin has time lock transactions feature. How is that different from the futures feature on Raptoreum? Essentially, ours are consensus backed and the BTC ones are not, which means if you take a BTC time lock transaction and slightly modify a wallet, you can still send the coins. You can't with RTM. It's not an easy process to go through on BTC, but you can do it. You can't on ours. The chain will reject it. It's really that simple. Can any crypto ever catch up with Bitcoin anymore? No, and trying is pointless. There will never be two firsts, which is why we are building brand new world first on technology that's already been proven to work well, really. It's never been done before. The combination. A futures iteration was world first, for example, and when we release our contract code, not just the contract code, but asset code and the decoupling, it's going to be another first. Maybe the style of the decoupling is not completely going to be a world's first, but the way we are doing it will be. Ooh, we have another. P2B question.
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'll let you
Um,
answer that one, mate.
Can you play my favorite Hailstorm song, or do you think they'll copyright slam us?
That's just pointless because we might get the stream taken down.
bugger.
I'll ask the question. You can answer it, Piggy. What exactly is Raptoreum's current situation with the P2B exchange? I mean, on paper, it looks like an exchange with a lot of crypto trading volume. Even though there is hardly any RTM there, Raptoreum is still listed. Is there a possibility of using it in the future, or are you just waiting for it to be unlisted?
They can go fuck themselves with an anchor.
The fuck, man?
As far as I've seen it, they've broken contract, lied repeatedly about technical issues that are 100% on their end. Do not send them any funds for any reason whatsoever. That's all I have to say about those dipshits.
All right.
I will also say that 99% of their volume is bullshit.
Okay. That is the genuine Piggy answer to that question. So I hope you all enjoyed it. Next question
Hey,
is...
that was... You made me moderate that.
I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything, mate. I'll just give you the free floor to say whatever you wanted.
That's just not true, you. You made me moderate my answer.
So what's the unmoderated answer?
I've come to think that there might be children watching, so it is maybe best that I don't provide that one.
Well, you've just talked about getting fucked with an anchor, so you know what I mean.
It's anatomically impossible. That's within the realms of artistic license. Doesn't cross into the realm of the gross, where I was before.
Okay, fair enough, mate. Fair enough.
So who do you think has more fake volume, TXBit or P2B?
I think,
It's about the same thing.
yeah, it's about the same thing. Although doesn't look like there's much fake volume on our pair on TXP at the moment. Looks like the bots are not interested at the moment on that one. Next question is Charlie in a bunny suit when? Scherm, I'll let you answer that one.
I don't know. We got to bug Charlie. It is overdue for sure.
Well, apparently he's got a new gun, hasn't he?
Did it actually come yet?
Yeah.
New boom thick. Yep.
Did he get the explosives?
Well, he's had the explosives for a while, hasn't he?
Oh,
yep. But beautiful stainless steel 4570.
yeah. So we got to start bugging him.
Wish I had one of those.
Piggy, I'll let you answer the next one, mate.
Oh, there's the next one. Oh, okay. Why no baguette sex tape?
I wonder who asked that question.
Do you really want to go there? Is all I want to know from that person.
It's probably Baguette that answered that. Asked that.
Probably, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure he would facilitate for a fee.
Yeah, he'll do anything for a fee.
Yeah. So would I.
Would you?
Yeah, for the right fee, yeah. For the right incentive, of course.
All for the good of RTM, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This AMA is going swimmingly well already, as you can see. Is there an Ethereum?
Why not? I mean, we're talking about consenting adults here. I mean, there's nothing morally questionable or flexible about that.
Well, we did say we would answer every question, so there you go. HNS is saying, "Dear God, where are we going with this?" Yeah, HNS, just cut these parts out. Just edit these parts out for your shorts, mate. Yeah. People don't want to know about baguette sex tape. Okay, the next question is there an Ethereum bridge? If not, why not? Are you going to answer that, or shall I?
I can.
Go on then.
No, because fees for using one are absurd. We're looking at bridging into Polygon. and a new layer 1 that's launching in a couple of months. We do have a BSC bridge at bscbridge.raptoreum.com, which works well and is very secure, being that it's signed using the core wallet. One thing to also mention about that is that it is a one-to-one swap. We do not wash RTM. It's a true and fair bridge with an excellent complement to the RTM chain, being that it allows people with liquidity in BSC markets to hop across into UTXO tech without going through anything centralized and with minimal fees.
Cool.
Which is why we're looking at Polygon and another launching soon chain, which we might actually partner with to some extent. But yeah.
All right.
Will there be a DEX on RTM?
Well, it's got
yes and no. It somewhat depends on what's meant by a DEX. There'll be at least swaps and escrow by chain running after the contract layer. There'll be asset marketplaces which transact RTM-based NFTs with mainnet RTM as the gas, of which and a lot of work is being done on that right now by the platform team and the third-party marketplace as well. Exactly what will be DEX and what won't be DEX is going to be a little bit up in the air. Because if you think Crypto Bridge or BitShares is a DEX or Waves is a DEX, then no, we won't have it. If we are going to have anything, we're going to have something a lot more like the Atomic DEX style of doing things, which is the right way to do it, basically. No accounts, you've got your own keys, etc. You've got to have your own keys that are hooked in to a similar system, but that's it.
Okay. Next question is when? Piggy, when? In fact, well, that's dirty. When?
Soon.
Soon.
Okay. Next question is, will there be anything needed like hard hat for creating NFTs on RTM? So I'll answer that, I suppose. No, you will be able to do all of this right from your core wallet, and it will be extremely very easy. We are, and we always have been, intent on removing the barriers that other chains give their users, which limit their outreach of their assets and their issuance side of things. When this is combined with our smart contract layer, we've always described how you'll be able to use like templates for those that don't understand the code, which will make the road to market extremely easy, even for the newbiest of users.
Are there stable coins coming to RTM once assets hit mainnet? I'll say this much. We do have a loose preliminary agreement with an as of yet unnamed provider who'd be interested if we can meet their TPS spec post-mainnet assets. But we must also make sure that it's done properly by treading with great care. We've all seen issues with stable coins and what can happen when they're tied to chains and dependent on different liquidity sources. we want to do things properly, and we will only move forward on something as if it's fully airtight and fully secure. We don't want things to go tits up and drag it down with us, which would be a detriment to everything, especially anybody in the community who's bought any of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So basically, the ones we do have an agreement with are not an algo stable, so most of these things are not really a particular concern. They are more or less fully backed with fiat, and what's not backed by fiat is backed by massive BTC reserve. But yeah. Good.
Okay. Would you consider tweaking the Ghost Rider algorithm to make GPU mining more profitable? Isn't that a better way to onboard more users? Piggy, you might as well answer that one.
Okay. No, absolutely not. As being too GPU friendly will eventually lead to FPGAs, which are net drain on a network promoting, and they promote centralization essentially. We have a nice corner in the POW space with the amazing work from Tree, our developer, with Ghost Rider. This is why we are both a popular coin with a world-recognized algo, and why we have as many users as we do have. So no, we're not going to try to subsidize struggling GPU miners through this. It would be nice to, but sorry, no.
Okay. Next question is, why did you choose to implement assets first? Don't you get that for free once you implement smart contracts? I suppose I'll answer that one. Our implementation is very different to how Ethereum does things with assets and tokens and many forms of ETH-based smart contracts. Will be superfluous in our ecosystem. We are focused on protocol level active transactability and utilization, which is far, far superior and secure than anything on ETH will ever be. So that's the answer to that. Next question. How do I convince someone to invest in Raptoreum? There seems to be a lot of POW coins that do smart contracts and assets. I invested in it a while back due to smart node returns, but that doesn't seem like a good reason anymore. Piggy, you want to do that one?
Okay, there are very few proof of work coins doing so. None other that I'm aware of, with 51% attack protection. With our implementation and fee return structure, the node return is on its way to getting a solid boost. Make a list of projects that have shuttered since RTM started. We're here for the long term. Slow and steady wins the race. We're still in our infancy, relative infancy, maybe toddlerhood development-wise. But at the same time, what we're working with is proven. Our chain is complex. Quite a few people have tried to mimic it and failed due to their lack of understanding. And we're still here and going strong. There is doing things, and then there is doing things better, and or in new and innovative ways. And that's what we're moving towards. We've taken a solid base with UTXO technology, and we're fully intent on, well, maybe revolutionizing is a bit of a strong word, But we're going to build new disruptive solutions, and we're going to show the world that there's another safer and much more powerful option in utilizing blockchain and its inherent use cases moving forward.
Awesome. The next question, I'll take this one, I suppose. Has there been any progress with integrating hardware wallet support such as Ledger? I can recall it being mentioned briefly quite some time ago. However, I haven't heard anything since. So I can answer that. Yeah, we do have a pull request open that Tree had issued, but there is no time frame in that. It's just when they decide to drag it into their code, basically. There are other factors as well that also come into play, like chain notability and volume and other things. They want to make it sure it's there worthwhile for actually adding it to the hardware wallet. So I think that when we mature the chain with assets and contracts and its connected use cases, then there will be more of a case in our favor to utilize it. But you know, let's be honest, people can already store RTM. The main catalyst for key wallet integrations will be the demand from users who wish to protect their Raptoreum chain assets and NFTs. So, you know, all in good time, and we'll get there soon. The main thing is we've got the pull request in place.
Yeah, but I mean, I would say I would be a lot more hopeful of Exodus. Exodus have essentially said on Twitter out in public that they will add us, but we are somewhere in a very long queue. And that's all we know.
Yeah.
That would come with Trezor support. I could currently support. I'm not sure if we would actually pursue a Ledger integration after the bullshit they've done with social recovery. I'm actually fairly certain that it wouldn't be something I would recommend we waste any time, money, or development effort on. Ledger have pretty much lost the respect of the community and their usability as a secure hardware service following what they've done with enabling social recovery for seed phrases. It's a complete dick move, the absolute antithesis of crypto. Yeah. If somebody sends us court order, yes, we will comply and give them your seed phrase. Yeah. If that's crypto, then I'm a woman. My name is Jessica, and I'm about to marry Dirty.
Dirty would like that. He definitely would like that.
He's just waiting for an excuse to go and drag.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, next question is, how do you see Raptoreum being used to improve the security and fairness of gaming? I suppose I'll take that one. I mean, personally, I am speaking with a few top gaming teams and developers regularly. I actually live just over the road from a very prominent game developer. And I know that Charlie's also in contact with some key people over at Battlefield. That side of things. We would like to see hacks and things eradicated by the RTM blockchain. For example, the signing of a wallet is a very secure operation. And Charlie has shown with his newly developed RAS system, which is also known as Raptoreum Authentication System, to implement logins and transactive use cases. And we feel that it will give an extra element of security to developers wishing to secure their games and items using the encryption of the chain. And that will further promote security. and the fairness of gaming as a whole, I suppose. But in order for that to happen, we need to prove ourselves as a chain. And when one studio implements it and sets an example to all the other main studios, it'll be much more easier to attract users to get on board it too. So we as a project are fully committed to making that a reality, as it's all part of our outwardly marketing strategy post assets. Next question is, can Raptoreum be used to facilitate microtransactions in games, and what would that look like? Shall I do that one as well, Piggy?
Well, I mean, it's not really something we can answer because it depends on the games being developed. Is it fitting all on the back end? Is it on the front end? I mean, how is it being done? Do you have like an in-game wallet, which is actually on chain, or do you have, for example, somewhere in your game account, the wallet, which is actually on chain? I mean, I would be very concerned if I were playing an EVM game where I'd have to be constantly logged in with MetaMask in order to really participate fully. I mean, it's.
I mean, with a cold wallet, just to read the assets without logging in directly, with already the assets on the wallet. You know, if we were to link it to the wallet, for example, that we're building for the marketplace, with the marketplace team.
Yeah.
You know, to interact with the RPCs and that.
I mean, then you're not talking really on chain in game. You're talking about the wallet just being on chain in general.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't directly via the game be interfacing with the wallet. You would essentially be playing the game, enjoying your UX, and then after you're done playing, you can go to your wallet and check your balance and see if there's anything you want to withdraw, or if you want to top up something.
Yeah. But there's no reason why a game couldn't interact with the marketplace. You know what I mean? During the game.
I mean, there's no reason at all why it couldn't do that. Yeah.
I mean.
But at the same time, you've also got to look at how that interface is achieved. To me, it's obviously something that's got to be done more or less all on the back end, so it doesn't affect gameplay, and it doesn't really affect what's going on.
Just integrate Stacy.
Yeah, but
then
again, if you've got an in-game wallet that's interfacing with the marketplace, you've kind of also got to how do I explain it? You've kind of got to add an extra authentication factor of some kind. Because sometimes bumping games are not always that terribly secure, and you can bump people off their account and control their accounts for a few minutes. And I remember that being a problem on World of Warcraft. I remember that being a problem on Ultima Online. I remember that being a problem on several other games. So if you do have access to, let's say, actual crypto assets during your gameplay, if you want to go to a vendor and buy something, I think it's an okay thing to integrate some form of 2FA into the gameplay, where you need to enter a code from that 2FA. So you can't just have somebody hack your account, run in, buy all the items, and then transfer them to some other account. That creates messes for everybody involved.
Well, we got Charlie's RAS system for 2FA. You know?
Yeah.
The thing is, right, there are already solutions utilizing very insecure EVM chain MetaMask style of assets within games. And, you know, we're on UTXO. In my opinion, the choice between the two will be obvious for developers, especially when our chain matures a bit more. And the thing is, the great thing about RTM is the low fees. So the way I see it, if we are intent on leveraging that, when we are approaching microtransactions in games, in digital environments, then we will be the go-to place. But yeah, as you say, we need to get the security of the wallets top notch.
Yeah, but I mean it's not necessarily the security of the wallet. The problem comes with securing it in game, where the game itself doesn't necessarily have to be terribly secure. So got to add kind of a buffer in between the game itself and, let's say, larger interactions with the on-chain wallet.
Okay. Next question is your thoughts on if and how Raptoreum could be used to create loyalty programs and voting systems for gamers. I suppose I can answer that. So, of course, it can be used for voting, but I would envision needing assets and contracts with a connectable light/cold wallet. Voting can actually be done now using Operaturn that Piggy's talked about many times, straight from your core wallet. But due to it needing a coin for it to make it happen, I feel it's a waste until we've got full on-chain deployment on our goals. With loyalty programs, futures can be an issuance, with the game detecting notable playing time and then auto-issuing the futures reward, which will unlock based on like a visual countdown, and it will send an asset to the gamer's address. This will encourage and promote the continued use of a game, for example. I mean, this is a use case we can set as an example for on our side, and then for projects to build on the RTM chain to make use of and deploy like these services into games, into like game environments. The main thing for us is to show the world the tools that we have built, and for developers to build on that into their games. You know, that's about it, I think, for that. Next question is, what are the top things game developers know about RTM? Well, it's me and Charlie that's speaking with the devs of some of the games, so I suppose I'll tell you what I've told them already. Well, they know we are unruggable in the future. They know we have 51% attack protection and a distributed node system combined with proof of work. They know we're working on our own games to highlight the tech that we're building. They also know that we have assets which, when combined with Apache Spark based contracting, it will allow easier integration into both their old and their new game codes. I've also talked about the sort of a Swiss Army wallet that we're building with a secondary team, which will enable quick, powerful and secure transactions and interactions with games, as long as we can crack the security side of things. They also know our assets are totally scalable in how that we have constructed them, without the detriment their valued gamers, such as with our side chains and our scalability. I mean, they might think twice about using Ethereum due to the speed of all that and how that doesn't scale the best. So that's another thing that I've talked to them about. I've also spoken to them about on-chain licensing for their games. So to fully secure like the broken tech that is right now, where you've just literally got a code that you input on Steam or other digital marketplaces. You know, they lose millions of dollars a year from code cracks and things like that. So if we can do it all on chain, it's fully encrypted and a lot more secure. And finally, they also know that we solve the issue of the transfer of licenses to other users, of which, you know, older games on like hard copies have benefited from over the years, where you can, you know, share your games with your friends or sell a game once you're finished with it and things like that. And, you know, with new systems now continuously becoming digital only and non-transferable, we can solve it, and we can solve it with security. So that's my answer to that. Piggy, you can do the next one if you want. What about entertainment industry as a whole? Any top opportunities?
I mean, a lot of things apply the same as it does for gaming. One notable thing is digital film and media contracts, such as Netflix and other services, which could utilize quite a few different things to facilitate decentralized and secure subscriptions. Sort of like a decentralized direct debit, which removes the need for banks entirely, puts the power of the subscription into the hands of the end user. A lot of people are very pissed off with Netflix that they can't log into their Netflix account while they go traveling now, if they're normally logged in from their smart TV at home, because then Netflix thinks they're code sharing and stuff like that. If you could provide them with a solution to that, Netflix would stop some of their user drain. Let's just see if we've had anything else come in on the form.
Looks like we've had one more, mate. Oh, two more.
3, no?
The one of them is just a test, I think.
Testing form gives error, no numbers. Not sure what that means. Okay.
Yeah, because I blocked the numbers because we were getting someone who thought it was an Ethereum airdrop, if you remember, and I totally blocked the numbers from being typed.
Yeah.
So that's why you can't type numbers. The next one is. It's quite a long one, actually. Hi, I feel that some questions in the previous AMA were answered without fully reading the entire question and comprehending its content. With that being said...
You'd be wrong on that part of it, because we just get a question at a time. There is no content text provided, really, using the form. It's just a question at a time, and that's it. So you can't contextualize using the anonymous form. You can ask anything you want, where you explain the full context, etc., on the channel for the stream chat or on YouTube itself. But I mean, on a form where the point of the form is you can ask stuff you wouldn't normally feel comfortable asking, there isn't any context. So it's going to be like that. We're doing this to be transparent.
Yeah, I'll continue. With that being said, I'm pleased to hear that this will become a monthly occurrence. Yeah, it's a good thing. Yeah. I understand that you guys are dedicating a lot of time to RTM. Crazy amount of time, yeah. But it appears that certain aspects like Nowput are receiving more attention and prioritization compared to the actual matters that have kept people waiting and interested over 2 years. What are you saying to that, Piggy?
I'm saying he needs to learn to read GitHub.
Okay. People want some idea when to expect.
I mean, we had an outside developer in for the chain over on Nowput, and outside developers in for quite a few things going on over there, so they haven't had any impact at all.
That's right, yeah.
I've spent more time over there. Because basically for developing business for RTM, it's viable now. RTM directly developing heavy business is not viable till post assets. I mean, if you don't know how to read a GitHub or something like that, ask. Team are there. They're happy to answer questions. We're always happy to answer questions. But trying to sneak this stuff in and soonish is bad. Well, it's a load of bullshit. Yes, it is becoming monotonous. I don't really care if you've got bear market fatigue. If you've got bear market fatigue, you're too emotional for crypto. Go sell your bags and fuck off.
That is,
it's as simple as
financial advice, by the way.
Yeah, because otherwise you will end up getting yourself into a right state. Yes, we are willing to launch an ambassador program trial on that platform because it's actually getting outside sponsorship, so we can pay for getting in additional extra work done, and then we can port it back over here. So you need to understand the greater concept of things before you start running your mouth, making comments about shit you don't understand. Please go sell your bags and then fuck off. That's all I've got to say to that.
Yeah, and there's not many chains that'll tell you to do that. And
he's not going to help, is he?
I don't know.
I mean, it's either come out, engage, talk. We're here. We're always here. We're happy to talk. I haven't bitten anybody's head off for asking questions. They're always welcome. But trying to imply shit when you don't understand what's actually going on, can't see the full context, or get even remotely close to the bigger picture, I can't be bothered with it. Sell your bags and leave, please.
You can fuck right off.
Dirty.
That's the soundboard.
Yeah.
Who just did that? Was that you, Scherm?
Dirty.
That was dirty. All right, dirty. Oh, while we're at
Yeah.
it, we could do the baguette snoring sound again.
Of course.
There we go. Yeah, baguette snoring. The last question on the sheet that we've got is when Thune, and I know that the guy who sent the question before that's going to really appreciate that question. So when is Thune, Piggy?
It's soon. Soon is soon and Thune is moon. Yeah.
Okay.
Thune moon.
So what we're going to do now is should we just have a look at the YouTube first? See if there's anything on there that wants answering. Thrift Store's saying when RTM Live Journal and MySpace. Doesn't Justin Timberlake own MySpace or something like that? I think he's got some share in it, hasn't he? Dark Hat is saying, keep the good work going. You're doing great, guys. Greetings from German. Need to sleep now. Thanks, Dark Hat. Thank you very much. Okay. RQ is saying, how is the progress with Angels Club business? Piggy?
It's quite good. We are going to do some recorded pitch sessions and Yeah, those are going to go out. We are talking to a whole bunch of people, and some of them have also expressed interest in potentially directly backing certain features on RTM. And that can be very interesting.
Okay, we have, I don't know how to pronounce that Russian, Piggy, if it is Russian.
Where?
On YouTube, the orange one. What's his name? Can you say that?
Oops, give me a minute.
Well, anyway, he's saying, "I believe in you. I don't sell for this." Well, thank you, brother. Thanks for your support, man. Stephen Merritt saying,
it helps if I'm on the actual stream.
Stephen Merritt saying, "Someone remind me the next time to make a pot of coffee." It won't be too long, bro. We're almost done here. We just got some weekly talking points to get through. We'll give Dirty and Scherm something to talk about as well. Mr. Sarlo is saying, time to buy, not to sell. Not financial advice, to your own research, guys. But yeah, thanks for the support. Already have my own node. Happy to make it. Awesome, man. Stephen Merritt is saying, Thune. Slim Shimps Lady says, when RTM coffee to stay up for AMAs? Well, you're still up there, bro. You're still up there.
Something is actually potentially happening with that.
What actual RTM branded coffee?
Or
are we doing coffee traceability?
We are definitely doing some coffee traceability for one rather rare type of coffee. Red Cherry Gayo, which is from the slope of a couple of volcanoes in Sumatra. It's the only place in the world where you can get it. And if you make it in a French press, it literally tastes like you're biting into a handful of dried cherries. It's amazing. It's bitter, slightly sweet undernote, and then with that full-on cherry flavor, it's amazing stuff. I've had a long-running love affair with that coffee since I went on honeymoon over there many, many years ago.
What I will say as well is we do have genuine RTM salt sachets on the way, where we've got the RTM logo printed on there, and then on the other side it just says RTM salt. So if anyone's extremely salty and sends us their address, we'll be able to send them a nice sachet of RTM salt. Yeah, so that is also happening. Okay, so we're gonna go over to the stream party chat now, see if there's any more questions. Okay, Thrift Store's saying, am I the only one on the YouTube chat? Oh, no, it looks like there's lots of people. Falcon is saying, very little sanitization. I love it when Binarai talks dirty. Thrift Store saying, must be the YouTube chat and the stream party chat to win coins. H&S is asking for the Klingon language. Yeah, that is possible. It is an option that we can put out. Depends how many people call for Klingon who require the stream to be translated into Klingon. Okay. Okay. H&S says, damn, if you're not sporting wood right now, you're dead. Gaming and Netflix. H&S has got wood. He'd just like everyone to know. Yeah. So Lose Thyself has got wood harder than a diamond in an ice storm. That's nice to know.
Somebody's mentioning me being a bit quotable.
Yeah, Falcon's saying, fingers getting sore from writing down great big piggy quotes. I'm sure H&S is already cutting them up as well. So lose thyself is saying knees are weak, arms are heavy. And yeah, I think that about sums it up for the comments. Okay, guys, so now we're just going to go over to the weekly talking points. As usual, when we do an AMA, we don't really tend to have too many weekly talking points due to how long the AMAs are and how lengthy we tend to dissect the questions. And yeah, so we'll get on with that. In fact, I'll start off with Piggy and Dirty first, actually. Scherm and Dirty Miner. So Dirty Miner. The first question is why are you here?
Why am I here? I don't know. BigPiggy just brought me along.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
and my
You're
second
blaming
question.
me now.
For foot picks.
Yeah.
No, that's Binarai.
Yeah, okay.
Well, he's the foot collector. He's got the foot collector role, hasn't he?
Yeah, it does.
So, Dirty, what's going on in the world of cryptocurrency?
Casper A6
Casper
have been
ASICs.
shipped. Yeah, they've been shipped out.
Yeah.
Uh,
And are they profitable?
the KS0, the lowest tier, was making like 1400 Casper per day.
Okay.
Not bad, I guess. On 60 watts.
And what's the price of these ASICs?
1K.
1K. Okay. And how much is that worth in Casper in USD per day?
Oh.
About 30, isn't it?
Say about $35 a day.
That's like 60-day ROI or something.
Okay. Okay. NFA Dior, as usual. What else is going on, Dirty?
Not much, I guess.
Any idiots
But-
in the space? Any hacks or anything? What's going on?
Not sure, but if you want to help test a little thing, we have a new port for Raptor Hash. I'll put it in the chat.
Is Raptor Hash back up and running?
One port so far. 6900, of course.
Okay. It's the Ghost Rider profit switching port is back up and live.
Yeah.
Not double 69? Oh, man.
Dirty, for the people who don't really know what Raptor Hash is, do you want to explain what it is?
So basically you mine your favorite shitcoin, and you get paid in magical Raptoreum coins.
Okay.
That's essentially it, yeah. Always going to be 0% fees for RTM payouts.
And what algos can you mine over there?
Right now it's just GR, so Ghost Rider.
Or once the other ones are back up?
Yeah, once the other ones are back up, you got like Nexa, Caswa.
So
What
why are they currently down?
Server issues. Server expired.
Ah. Okay. When will they be back up?
Very soon.
Very soon.
Possibly.
Very soon.
Possibly next day.
Okay.
All right.
Awesome. Scherm, what's going on with the Discord and the community and
Community and everything. Well,
Yep.
everybody's pretty happy to see all the activity on the GitHub development channel there. A lot of work on the assets, so that's exciting to see.
Yeah,
Probably
it's
won't be
good.
long. Obviously, a lot of work on the marketplace as well, getting ready for assets. That's coming along very well. I added the Idle RPG game, so you can start playing that. That's in the miscellaneous category. You'll find the channel there. See, we got FastGen. He added some emojis recently, so we got some new emojis added to the Discord. RCC bot is still down. I think it's getting some upgrades currently with goalie. It looks like
are we still
Mancini-
earning? Are we still earning on that as we type or not?
I don't believe so. I
All right,
believe
okay.
we're on hold at the moment.
And what are the upgrades going to be?
I don't know.
Okay.
I just know it was supposed to be back up yesterday, so I'm assuming it's not going to be much longer
Well, I did
before it's
check.
back
I
up.
did check my balance yesterday, and it didn't work, so I was quite salty about that.
Yeah, there's a lot of salt going around. The RCC is down. A lot of disappointed people there. And then let's see what else we got. Mancini's working out all those bugs on the EU server over there at Raptoreum Zone. Looks like got a handle on that. And obviously, you got Raptor Hash Pool getting back up and running. Raptor Hash 2.0 soon as well. It looks like obviously we got the GR back up now, so that's good to hear. And that's what I got for you.
Awesome.
This week.
Okay, so many of you have seen we did a bounty outreach for a Wikipedia page that to be kept up for 2 weeks, and we have created a small team with Fosjan Alyakard and myself to try and get this up and rolling for good. There's been a lot of work done there already, and the wiki team over there, well, Wikipedia have been dicks as per usual about crypto. So we are trying to get some more sources together and things like that, and trying to get that rolling a bit better. And yeah, we will get there. We've got a nice little team going on now, so we are really pushing on that pretty well. And next thing is you've probably seen on your wallets in the about section that the MIT license link is it just goes to a blank license with no wording in it or anything like that. So what we're going to be doing for our next code release is we're going to be initially linking that to the license at GitHub, and we are also now full members of opensource.org, of which we are arranging a hard location with for the MIT license to be viewable there as well. We also have our code showing 2022, and that is going to be updated to 2023 as well. Piggy's notified the devs to get that rolling and fixed up for the new code. What else we got? We got Vibin and iNodes who've increased their node fees to 20%. When the RTM price hits 0015 and stays there for, I can't remember how long he said, but then the fees,
2 weeks, I think.
2 weeks is it? Then the fees will get reduced, and so on, depending on what the price is, and NFA Dior as usual. Sully Nodes as well has done the same sort of thing. I think he just likes to copy Vibin. He's just like, if Vibin's doing it, I'm going to do it, So he's done the same thing, but what he's done, he's been very sneaky and he's increased his to 18% rather than 20%. And again, the same applies with the price. If, depending on what the price of RTM is, depends on what the fee they're going to charge for their shared node services. We had Zlata working on marketplace practical design and application as well, which is extremely exciting. Mancini's really excited as well, because we're really getting to a place now where we can really do some forward thinking on deployment. That's the best way I can put it, I suppose. We had a new blog post by Alejandro, which is titled Decentralized Futures on Raptoreum. If you want to check that out, head over to blog.raptoreum.com, and it'll be the top one on the list. So big thanks to Alejandro Molina for writing that. I think HNS might be involved in that as well, so big thanks to HNS. And HNS has also been doing some videos, as many of you have seen on our YouTube channels. Very busy at the moment. He's been doing recap videos and things like that. If you want to check in our videos tab at YouTube, and some shorts as well. And I'm sure he's going to be cutting up some of Piggy's comments that Piggy has been making today.
Add some to the soundboard as well.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, add into the soundboard as well. And we also did a credits list on Twitter for the project, just to get a feel and reflect for those that commit time to the project, to the growth of the project, should I say. So check that out on Twitter. And if you feel we are missing you out on this extremely important list for Raptoreum, then let us know and why, and we'll add you to the list. Yeah, and then that will be going on the credits for everything that we ever do moving forward. It's important that, you know, everyone who's helped us get to where we are is mentioned, because we appreciate everyone that does something notable for the project. And other than that, I think we are about done with the stream. Unless there's anything else you want to say, Piggy?
No, I think that's more or less it for now. What have I been doing this week? I've been in 3-4 places at the same time. Most of this week, I've been meeting with a lot of people from this Business Angels Club and discussing RTM and NALP with them, as well as giving a technical talk on networking infrastructure that's going to be published by, let's just call it a leading publication until they actually do put it out there. But it's going to be out at some point in mid-July. Apart from that, I have been on the technical judges panel for a new innovative thing that's coming up, and it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. Not really going to talk about them and give them any advertising until we actually see them launch and it succeeds.
Yeah.
At least somewhat. But I have very high hopes of the two I've chosen to engage a bit with. So let's see.
HNS is saying, no one asked when Moon. No one, actually, that's a fact. No one has actually asked that this time around. Usually we get it every stream we do. Not one person asked when Moon.
We all know now. Soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scherm, Dirty Miner, is there anything you want to say to the community before we leave?
No, just a big thank you for all the support. Keep it up.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
Go mine.
We
All
wouldn't
right.
be doing this if you weren't out there
Yeah, absolutely.
backing us. It's...
Yeah.
Ooh, when 69? Zorian is asking when 69. Depends on with whom and how much they're paying.
And on that note, I think we'll say bye. So thanks for joining us. Thanks for sticking around right until the end of the stream if you're still here. And don't forget, we'll be back next Sunday, same time, for a weekly Talking Points stream and the CryptoSmith stream as well. So thanks again for joining us, and we'll catch you again next week. Catch you later.
Thanks, everybody. Catch you
Cheers,
later.
guys.
Cheers.